Welcome, one and all, to the Personacast, the thing that's so specific there's only two people here.
The only two who have played Persona. Maybe. Possibly.
Probably. Statistically.
Yeah.
Probably.
I know Noisy has watched Persona 4 animation, but he hasn't played the games. As far as I'm aware, you've played the Persona games now.
Yep.
And so have I. Now, as you said, we're going to just chill and talk about some Persona in general, about the games we played, the anime, any of the spin-offs, and the possibly, if we've got time, the upcoming one as well, because that's one that we're all excited for. Now, I guess a good point to start is to say what we have played. So I've played P3, I played Persona 3 Fez, and I played Persona 4 Golden. So I pretty much missed the originals, to be fair.
Missed them is... I guess you could say you have not played that content. Whether or not you've missed anything is kind of up to the individual.
Yeah.
Because I have played, I think, in order, the original English dub version of P1, which is Revelations Persona.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
That got a really weird localization job where, like, the main Japanese characters are suddenly kind of white and blonde. Mako is now Mark, who's a black guy. And everything is a lot more, we're in Star City instead of Suzaku City.
I heard this. Yeah, apparently it got very Americanized. Like, any Japanese tropes or, like, kind of terminology got replaced.
Mm-hmm. I think probably because the most recent successful anime thing at the time was Pokemon. And that got kind of
westernized.
Hit pretty hard when it was westernized, yeah.
Yeah.
And so it was weird going from that to Persona 2, because there's two of those games. The first one is Innocent Sin, and the second one is Eternal Punishment. We never got Innocent Sin. Until like 2010, 11, 12, sometime they had a PSP remake and it got localized.
Yeah.
And they kept all the original stuff. So when I played Persona 2, it was a fan translation, which kind of tells you how crazy these fans are, where they took like a 90-hour game and completely localized it.
Jesus, that is commitment.
Weirder still, because Persona 2 has a lot of characters and recurring areas from the first game with their original Japanese coming in from... Who's Mark? Mako? Mark? Okay, I know who you are. Leslie is now Yamato? What? Okay, but the villain was definitely an Italian guy, but I guess that's just a nickname now. Because we did get part 2. The thing at the end of Persona 2 is that there is a time rehashing because you fail to save the world. And so the best you can do is get a restart where things are slightly different. So occasionally in number 2 you will run into the party from the first game, but you won't really interact with them.
That's kind of cool, I guess.
But your main character does translate over. So if you had a save data from the first game, which you wouldn't because you're in America, and you don't have that first game because there's an implied school shooting, and at the time of Columbine, that was a big no-no. Let me tell you.
Yeah, I can see how there was some red tape around that one.
So... that didn't happen, but still a pretty fun game. The first game is almost unplayable nowadays just because it's so slow and grid-based. There's no social links. It feels a lot more like an old Shin Megami Tensei game because you can talk with the demons and just kind of hash things out with conversation. Bribe them or dance for them or any kind of thing like that. And depending on whether or not they like you, they will join your party.
Yeah.
And become one of your personas.
I saw them, because I believe they've been released they're on the PlayStation Store, and I saw them with Vita. There was a bundle with Persona 2 and Persona 3 Portable. Like I say, I don't have P3 Portable, so I was tempted to buy it, but I wasn't too sure, because I didn't know the mechanics, because I've heard that 1 and 2 are vastly different games to 3 and 4. So
yes, in fact, I would say probably 1 is a vastly different game to 2. 2 is great.
yeah,
Like I played those and had a heck of a fun time. I think you can go back and do those if you want to swing it.
yeah. I mean, they're pretty damn awesome. I can't. I think that'd be a good idea to go back and play Persona 2 while waiting for 5 in the summer. Hopefully next summer.
Yeah, worth a shot, especially because 5, from the looks of it, they're bringing back Demon Negotiation.
Oh, really?
Because, like, some of the few fight scenes that they've shown have had, Sandman in the background and the Grima So you're fighting the guys who would be your personas, probably, in order to get them. So I would think that they're going to bring back talking. That's always been fun.
That would be cool, because, like I say, I haven't seen it in, I'll say when we're just playing 3 and 4, so that'd be pretty damn good.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, I've just clicked on, I've just Googled Persona 5, and there's apparently a new... Oh, no, okay, it's not updated. I was looking, it says, new release date for for Persona 5, updated 20 hours ago. The new release date is currently summer of 2016, so it's not so new.
Yeah, unfortunately. Oh well, it's coming.
Yeah, as I say, I don't mind waiting for it too much, as long as it's, like, you can't really rush a game that big. And also the fact that it's getting simultaneously released in North America and Japan.
That's fantastic.
It's pretty damn good. My only concern is that it doesn't say Europe there, so I'm a bit worried.
Yeah, especially because I've seen stuff with, like, Persona Arena. Like, we had already gotten the expansion by the time Europe got the main game.
Yeah, they
so
a little far behind sometimes. But hopefully, I mean, I'll find a way around it. If I have to import it, I'll import it. So never mind. I'll somehow, some way, get my hands on a copy and play that game. I don't know, but
I would ship it to you if you wanted. Yeah. I'm going to need someone to talk about that game with, because the people here, few and far between on fans.
And I don't know why. I mean, there's a lot to take in, I guess, because when I did first play Persona 3, I think it was purely because... Why did I play Persona 3? I think someone was just mentioning it and said it was a good alternative to Final Fantasy, because I was saying I like JRPGs, and I'd played Tales of Graces, and I didn't mind it, but it was kind of a bit too kiddie for me. Like, I know it sounds like a minor complaint, but there was, like, in the cutscenes when someone got stabbed, there's no blood, there's no nothing, like, it seemed too PG in a way. So they were like, Persona's a little bit dark, it's a bit more mature themes, and it can be a bit darker. And they weren't kidding when it comes to some of it.
I think the first game I bought was P3, and that was the first PS2 game that I've ever bought, and that was in, like, 2009, 2010, because for the longest time, I only ever had a Nintendo 64. And by the time I finally got to buying a PlayStation 2, everything was discounted and cheap. So I went to GameStop and just got, like, a pack of 10 RPGs on a whim. That was the one I liked the best, and probably the one I stuck with, not realizing, hey, it's got a big old cult following. Yeah.
I really didn't realize how big of a game, because I was like, I've never really heard, because when I was introduced to it, someone was calling it they were giving it its full name, Shin Megami Tensei Persona 3, and I was like, I don't know what Shin Megami I don't know what that is, I've never heard of it. Well, they were just calling it P3, so you don't think of it, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really good game. I guess that's a question. Out of those two, because they, to my knowledge, are the most popular ones, 3 and 4. Which one, personally, is your favourite? Which one do you prefer over the other?
Personally, I like number 3 over number 4. It's hard to recommend you play. Well, I don't know. I would definitely say number 4 is a better game. It plays better.
Yes.
You can control your whole party.
I was going to say, it's kind of a loaded question that I've asked because is it the characters and story, or is it the actual mechanics and physical gameplay?
It is the characters and story,
yeah,
100%.
Yeah. I was going to say 4 definitely improved the mechanics of the game. Just the dungeons themselves. Just being able to leave with the item drops that you had, the special stone thing that allowed you to leave and then restart on that exact level was just a fucking godsend, like, compared to 3. Yeah. And I don't think anyone ever got tired, from what I remember on 4. I can't remember anyone ever getting tired, at least on Golden anyway. Like I say, I don't know the original, but I know on 3.
Like I said, 3 was, you go back now and it's hard, especially with all the fusion stuff, it's rough.
Yeah.
But I think the characters are better. I don't know. It's hard to say, because like in number 3, the plot is people who can use personas during the dark hour are there because they just can. Yeah. There's no real explanation other than here they are, that's your party.
They were born with it.
His name is Junpei. Go with it.
Junpei is awesome.
Throughout the game, they kind of have to learn why they're even going up into this big scary tower in the first place.
Yeah.
Because they don't have any real motivation. And that's where all the character development comes in over a long period of time.
Yeah.
In number 4, though, all that, like, why we fight, who I am, that kind of stuff is knocked out as they're introduced before they even become a party member.
Yeah. It's literally you have all their background. It's done. And then when you basically get their persona, literally like their story and development stops there pretty much. Unless you do the social link, but the social links are more superficial as opposed to integral to the plot, I guess.
Yeah, because, again, everything you need to know is knocked out.
Yeah.
And because they don't want to redub all of the, ending cutscenes depending on who you've done, it's all going to be the same.
Yeah.
Persona 4 is, here's my problem, I guess I'm okay with it now. And their social link is, I'm even more okay with it now.
That's a pretty accurate description, to be honest. It's like, hey, I'm a hardcore guy. Which Kanji was awesome, but his social link kind of sucked because it was like we know this part. It's just him accepting that he likes crochet.
Yeah. Like for me, the biggest one is between Yosuke, is Brosuke, Yuri Lowenthal, just pure and in your face.
Yeah,
and Junpei, who is the same like starting main guy. He's your Ron Weasley in the party.
Yeah.
And they both have the same, the girl I like died, and maybe I'm an asshole. But whereas Junpei's has taken over like the entire year, and you take some time to really hate him before you go, okay, maybe he's not so bad. Yeah. Maybe he's cool. Yosuke is an asshole right up front. And it takes his kind of sort of girlfriend dying before he comes around and says, no, you're the best always and forever. Like, there's at least, I think, one of the boss fights where Junpei just says, I'm out of here. You're too cool for me. I'm going to go do something else.
I liked Junpei. I was going to say, I think between them, because you can compare a few characters to each other. Yosuke, it's not that I dislike Yosuke. I think he was fine. Obviously, he's a good foil to you, because obviously he's Narukami's like never phased, always cool under pressure, and like you is Yosuke's like the blundering idiot guy, the comic relief. But his social link was a bit when I think the last stage of his social link was you just fight, you just have a fist fight, just because I can't remember. Was it that he just wants to prove how strong you are or something? Or because he's an asshole? He just wants you to hit him?
I don't remember where it's just, hit me because I need to be hit. Punish me, senpai.
And then you can just clock him in the jaw. It's pretty good. It's pretty fun, actually. It's quite satisfaction.
Removed from context, that kind of sounds weird, but
yeah.
Here we are.
But there's a lot of comparisons. Like I say, mechanics were improved upon in Golden. For me... See, that's the thing. I like 4 more because of the mechanic improvements, and it just felt like a more... But it may be how I played them, because as I was saying before with Persona 3, I played it in stages where I kind of played it in 3 chunks, and I left it 3 months, whereas for Persona 4, I just played it start to finish continuously. So I guess I grasped, I was more invested in the story as I was going along. There was bits and pieces that I was forgetting about, like Mitsuru and Yukari, like when they sort of fall out. Like I remember I left it at a part where they fell out, and I'd forgot all about it when I got back to the game, and I was like, oh, they don't like each other. Bitches don't like each other. Yeah.
I think that's one of the weird reasons why I kind of enjoyed 3 more, is because it's the difference of you living in the dorms and all your party members who are also your friends just kind of pal around at night.
Yeah.
And like when Mitsuru's dad dies, she doesn't show up for weeks and she's just quiet.
Yeah.
But in 4, you don't have that. You do have Nanako and Dojima, who are both great. I love those guys. Those are fantastic characters. And when she is not there, that hits you hard.
That was the because I thought, I must admit, when I first meet Nanako, I was like, this is going to be annoying, I'll leave this girl. But you get so invested, and then, well, I guess I was going to say spoilers, but like, you know, obviously if someone's listened to this, you've played it. But when the part where Nanako almost dies, or at least I think she can if you choose the wrong options, doesn't she? She actually does die. I was like...
If you're not a good enough detective, she dies.
Yeah, I was like, oh, shit. Like, I mean, that was really thingy. I was like surprised not how hard it hit me, but how invested you were. And I was like, I really, really need to get this right so you can get this character alive. And even because I thought she'd be annoying and just she won you over. Same with Teddy, to be honest, in 4. Like, he started as kind of annoying, and then it just sort of... He grows on you. I really liked his character development. I thought he was just there as a cheap mascot, and he was actually really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
But to go back to the point you were saying with the different dynamics with the characters, I always felt that with Persona 3, you sort of had a more varied story, and they were there, and you could see them interacting kind of more together. Whereas with Persona 4, I always felt that it was just set. Like, you know, Yosuke Chie will have a thing, like they will have a comic relief moment. But Chie and, what was her name? Yukiko would just stay together. Kanji and, Kanji and Naoto. Yeah. Naoto would just stay together. And then, like, you know, so it's just sort of like they were the pairings and they were the relationships that you saw. There wasn't really, like, too much crossover. As opposed to, like, you know, I always felt that there was more of a better dynamic in the group when it comes to 3. Maybe it's because there was slightly more characters, I guess. And but not to say that 4 didn't have a good dynamic. Like, I loved the. I mean, I think pretty much all the characters I really, really liked. Even the more annoying ones, like Rise. But, you know, hey.
Yeah, maybe that's another thing. I am not a fan of like the higher pitched anime voices. So. When I went from your operators and like voiceovers are from Mitsuru, who's very calm and collected, and she's got that kind of, sexy, mysterious voice.
Yeah.
To even Fuka, who is just concerned for you.
Yeah.
You know, that's most of the game, and I know a lot of people hate Fuka's voice, justifiably.
Yeah.
I still prefer that to 4, where you just have, hey guys, there's 4 enemies!
Yeah, Chie.
Get ready for bear puns! And then Rise is just Laura Bailey yelling at you all the time.
I was going to say, not the my favourite Laura Bailey role, because Laura Bailey can do that voice, but I guess obviously it wouldn't have fit the idol that she was portraying. I was going to say she should have done Lust voice from Brotherhood, but that probably wouldn't have fit if she was doing this sultry.
I mean, a man can dream.
Someone go back and dub it. Cut the parts in. I don't think she had that many lines in Brotherhood to do it, but hey. But yeah, I know what you mean. Chie's voice as well, like, was really, because I was playing it obviously golden, so I'm playing on the Vita with headphones in, and if it's late at night and I had the volume up and fucking Chie starts screaming something, it's like Jesus Christ. So that
it's weird. I don't know. I'd be kind of curious to what you think. Go and find some of the PS2 cutscenes, because they changed Teddy's voice and they changed Chie's voice.
Yeah.
Chie, I didn't notice quite as much just playing the spin-off games where they use the new voice, but I do not like new Teddy's voice.
Really? I like
Yeah.
Golden's Teddy. I'll have to go back and look at that, because I was quite happy with what they did with Teddy.
Because old Teddy was the same guy who was like Donatello from the Ninja Turtles reboot and Dean Venture, or one of the Venture brothers. And he's just much less high-pitched about him.
Yeah, like he is very irritating, Teddy, but I thought he was meant to be, and then like he just kind of grows on you when he's a little poor shadow. But yeah, I liked I liked how they kept, because I'm pretty sure all the same voice cast is used in the game, and then Persona 4 the animation, at least in the English dub anyway. Which, by the way, if anyone has played the games and not watched the animations, absolutely watch Persona 4 the animation, because it is really, it's so much better than I thought it has any right to be. I mean, I know the games are half anime, but you know.
I still need to watch the anime with the dub, because I've only ever seen it with the Japanese version.
Really?
As it was coming out. And I really liked the English cast.
Yeah.
Like, I know I just spent a good 10 minutes explaining why they're terrible, but no, they're still good.
It's really good, and the one thing I'll say about the animation is I remember, because I haven't seen the movies, the 3-part movies that they've done for free. That is something I'll intend to check out, but probably wait till it's English dubbed. Just because if I've heard things in dub first, I don't like hearing the sub. So
yeah,
I know that's weird, but you know.
I don't know. I much prefer Dragon Ball Z in English just because I know those guys.
I'm used to it. Exactly. Like even when you hear a different dub of it, like I remember getting like the Lord Slug movie, and Goku's voice is very, very different. He sounds like a middle-aged army veteran. He's like, "Come on, I need a solar bar." And it's like, all right, yeah. It doesn't sound right. If it's not Sean Shamel, I'm not interested. But yeah, going back to it with Persona, the thing I remember with the dub is some of the backstories. Like, do you know when the actual characters are in focus, they have like a character episode, and it's when their personas are in focus. It actually delves into stuff that the anime doesn't. Like Yukiko's backstory is delved into a lot more in the anime, isn't it? Like in regards to like her feelings, because you sort of get a sense for it in the game, but not like they kind of flesh it out a little bit in the anime. And I was like, I kind of understand it a bit better now. I knew there's a reason I chose Yukiko as my waifu.
Yeah. Like, the anime just does cut out a lot of grinding.
Yeah, you kind of...
A lot of grinding.
It's like, wait, Kanji, when are we going to see Kanji's thing? Oh, when we go and pick up Naruto.
Also, maybe that's why I preferred 3 to 4. Is there's just a better selection of waifus.
I know if Lego ever gets around to listening to this, he'd be interested in The difference as well with 3 is I kind of felt that Yukari was like the canon choice, and they sort of leaned towards giving you a canonical choice, whereas in 4 it really didn't matter.
Oh no, everyone hates Yukari. That's something you need to understand, is that they kind of rewrote the game to give you more social links, and in that time, they replaced Yukari as the default love interest to someone else. So when you had other, better options, people just kind of ignored her.
Ah, I chose Yukari. I was like, I was faithful.
I'm so sorry.
Mitsuru
is an option. She's got loads of money.
Oh, I know Mitsuru is like the one that you should choose. She's the one you would choose, but like story-wise, I was like, I don't know why I'm a sucker for I love that when a game gives you options, and I think that's probably the one the story wants that, so I'm going to go for it. It's not what the heart wants, it's what the writers want. There you go.
Right.
Because I was like, I think she's like the canon choice, so like I guess you have to go for there. But then like saying Persona 4 like it just doesn't matter, so it's like It's like I just enjoyed being a dick to Rise as much as possible. It's like, can we be friends? No.
That's fair. I wasn't a big fan of Rise, so.
Nah, me neither. I'm kind of glad that I'm glad that she wasn't a party member, but then at least I could kind of ignore her as a party member, rather than hearing her voice every single battle.
Yeah. So, okay, here's a question for you. come the last day, who were your party members that you grinded up and had in your main crew?
On 3 or 4?
Both. Why not?
On Persona 4, I had you, Yosuke, Chie, and Yukiko. I pretty much never strayed from them. I'd add like Teddy and I'd add Teddy, Kanji, and Naoto in now and then. I think Kanji was probably the second most used because I didn't touch Naoto. I just saw what her like just to see what her persona was like, and I went to see what Kanji's was like and Teddy's, but other than that, didn't really touch them.
Yeah, because I made the mistake of swapping out Chie for Naoto because Chie didn't learn the 3rd level of ice magic.
Yeah.
And I was kind of tired of pulling the team, so I thought I'd try out Naoto, who is a great party member for dungeons because all of her stuff is just status effects and hitting large groups of areas. But since I only ever really use the game to watch the endings now, she's terrible. Because she runs out of magic with big, heavy attacks that's supposed to hit everyone and kind of aren't that good. I don't know.
I think that was the only problem. I liked using, because Chie was just like the muscle, the tank, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
And Yukiko's magic was ridiculously strong. Like, her fire magic and stuff were pretty damn good. And she was basically just a healer. Like, her magic was a bit overpowered.
Oh, yeah, she is diverse.
Yeah, like, her magic, like, her healing, and her... I basically used as a healer and then dealing fire damage out to everybody. Because, she was pretty kick-ass. And then Yosuke with his wind magic, and also he was so fast to react as well. Like he'd be really, really quick. And then, to be honest, I think all the party members were stronger than you. Like, I always got the feeling that you was like, pretty much, I was just like, okay, everyone deal the damage and I'll just heal myself. So, so I don't die, because then everyone, it's game over. But it was really weird one. But for Persona 3, I'm trying to think back, I used Yukari, Mitsuru, and Akihiko, I think were, and I kind of rotated along, like, between those, Yukari, Mitsuru, Akihiko, and Junpei. Never bothered with Ken. Never really bothered with Ken.
Yeah, because I hate Ken.
Yeah, I didn't like it. And Aegis as well. Like, people always said that she was really, really good, but I just never bothered with her.
Mm-hmm.
Even though apparently she's supposed to be really good. Yeah. No to Ken. I liked Akihiko because I just loved his voice, and he fights with his fists.
He does, and he's so good and cool.
He's really cool.
And Junpei's got his big sword, I kind of swapped out between Mitsuru and Akihiko.
Yeah.
Off and on. Mostly because, again, Yukari, not a fan, but God, she heals so good.
Yeah.
And Junpei is my BFF, always and forever.
That's true. That is true. I mean, I did love Junpei. I loved having him in there, because it's like, da-da-da-da-da-da. It was a little celebration. I loved that. Was a nice touch.
I see too much of myself in that guy.
Yeah, I love Junpei. Junpei was a better BFF than Yosuke. I think we can agree.
Yeah. I don't know. Yosuke's just he's got that weird, like, he likes you too quickly.
Yeah.
Of just deciding, hey, you're my boss, partner.
Yeah, it's like he bows down too much. It's like, you're so cool, man. I wish I could be you. Yeah,
you've got to earn Junpei's respect. That's what makes him so good.
Yeah. It's like, because he actually, stands up for it. He's like, fucking, come on, Yosuke. Show a bit of spine.
And it's weird, because neither one of them, I think, are as cool as... Oh, I can't remember his name. Blue-haired guy from Persona 2 1, I guess is the best way to do it. Aikichi. He is great.
Is he like the...
He wears a kilt.
Oh my god.
And demands that everyone call him Lisa because that's his name in his band. And he starts off the game by kidnapping a girl from your school, and you have to go run get her back. But it turns out that he wants to date this girl and was hoping to impress her with his band. And that's when things all start going wacky, is because Nyarlathotep shows up because, I don't know, Cthulhu mythos are suddenly Japanese. You should play those games. If you can find an emulator that's legal, I don't know what Britain's laws are. They're definitely not legal here, but I bought the game legitimately and installed the patch myself.
You know what? Is it Innocent? Is it Innocent Sin you're on about, or?
Yes.
Because I'm pretty certain that's on PlayStation Store.
Oh, then yeah. If you can get the PSP remake, go for it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You've got a Vita?
I do have a Vita. I love the Vita. I'm playing Freedom Wars on it. I was going to say right now. Not right now, but Freedom Wars is fucking awesome.
I got that Vita TV that I'm working on Persona 4 Dancing All Night right now.
That should be a thing. Oh my god, I meant to ask. Yeah, so spin-off games.
That game is weird. Like, I mean, yeah, it's weird because it's a dancing game that came out of an RPG. But, like, all the other spin-offs have the characters, you know, going through the Velvet Room at some point, and whoever's attending telling you, hey, this is a weird spin-off. Things are going to be wacky, just roll with it. But in this one particular game, it's you, the character, being spoken to by Margaret, who is, you know, the otherworldly being.
Yeah.
And she says, oh, you're here. And suddenly her limo has been turned into like a dance floor. She says, well, I might as well tell you the story of this thing that happened. And it's implied just enough to be Margaret's fan fiction of those guys that were in her room that I can completely accept the idea of the dancing spin-off. Because the music is phenomenal.
Is it true that Dancing All Night is supposed to be canon to the story? Yes.
Unless you don't want it to be. That is the option I choose to take if you don't want it.
Yeah, just ignore it. It'll go away. That's pretty damn funny, actually. Because I would kind of be tempted to play it just because it's a Persona game, and I want to play a Persona game. Oh my god.
There's very little dancing that I've done so far. It's all fairly easy. One of the bummers is I'm playing it on the PlayStation TV, which I think there's just enough of a lag and delay between where the notes should be and where it recognizes them on a button. So that's kind of screwed up for me. But you might be okay because it's on its native system.
I was going to say rhythm games and fighting games would probably be the worst things to play if you're streaming, but yeah. Good news, you can get Persona 2. It exists. The Persona 2 and Persona 3 portable bundle is $39.99, which for two games that last over 100 hours each, probably,
do it, because Persona 3 Portable, the girl version spin-off, is a perfect reason to replay that game if you're interested.
I was going to say, because just playing as the girl is quite interesting to just to see the different interactions and what they've added as well. So that's pretty damn good. And also,
if you've ever been seduced by Akihiko's amazing muscles,
oh my
or
god,
Ken, who is a kid, and Japan has that route, but they censored the shit out of that in the US.
I was gonna say, please don't tell me Ken is a viable
Only in Japan, thank God. They're weird over there sometimes.
Yep. Yes, they are.
Also, is it Shinji? Yeah.
Yeah.
You can save him with the power of love.
Oh, that's nice. It makes sense.
In the same way that Junpei's kind of sort of girlfriend can be revived, maybe. And now she's in all the prequels, so I guess, or sequel spin-offs. So she's around.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to play that shit then. I think I'm going to have to get it and get started on that once I've done Freedom Wars. Maybe in the new year. That tends to be when I play Persona, I guess. New Year's now. Make it a New Year's.
It's a winter game.
Yeah.
It's also weird because that's kind of like the high school wish fulfillment game that I started right after high school. And I guess, I don't know.
It makes
I'd like to think that I'm not the sad weeaboo that would want to play one of these like self-revisionist history games of I'm a real Japanese teenager in a real Japanese high school. Because like I was in sports. I like to think I was a fairly popular guy. I got voted onto a homecoming thing once.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I wasn't a model student in school or anything. Yeah, I kind of like. I mean, I like the novelty of the school thing, but yeah, I don't think I'd play it like that. Would be kind of disturbing. It'd be weird to play it in high school and be like, I've just spent all day in high school, and then you get asked the questions like the test questions are a bit thingy. I do Google them all the time. I just Google things. I'm like, fuck this. I need the intelligence. I need that intelligence rating. Gotta get to Mitsuru.
Oh yeah, right. Or you need to be a badass to date Fuka and her terrible, terrible cooking.
Yeah. I don't understand that. I suppose you have to have courage. Well, what were the ones? Courage, intelligence, and...
expression.
Charisma. Yeah.
Or yeah. They kind of added another 2 for 4.
Yeah. I was trying to remember the one that... Because, yeah, Fuka was courage, wasn't she? And it was like... Really? I don't know. No.
She's just so cool and great, and she's perfect cinnamon roll. I love her.
Bless her.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I haven't played Dancing All Night. That's one maybe to worth looking out for. Arena Ultimax is it as well? Persona 4 Arena. Mm-hmm. I haven't played that either. Have you played any of those, the fighting games?
I have. And they are good, like, intros, I guess, to getting into fighting games a little bit, because they're pretty easy.
Yeah.
Like, if you just mash the square button on PlayStation, you kind of get an instant, like, keep tapping this button to get a combo that will end in a special move if you have the meter, or just hit in a regular, regular move.
Yeah.
If you don't have the meter. So it's built in mind of, here's a decent plot of why these people are suddenly together again. It's not all that important. Again, spin-off.
That's true. Yeah, like the after kind of thing. Because the only one that I was looking at is the one that came on 3DS. Because I'm not really a fighting game kind of guy. I'm not into them at the moment.
Don't buy Q.
No.
Have you ever seen Teen Titans?
Yes.
Have you ever seen Teen Titans Go?
I know what it is, but I can't say I've ever really watched it.
Okay, the problem with Persona Q, aside from being an Etrian Odyssey game, which I hated already off the bat, is that all the characters kind of get washed down to 1 or 2 traits. Because Chie kind of goes from being a 3-dimensional person to, I love meat and kung fu, and that's all I ever do. Kanji just likes to be a man. Akihiko he only ever talks about protein and training. And not at all about his sister, because, they're already developed, or they're mid-development, and they can't have anything significant happen in those games. So they're all kind of one-note characters. The dungeons take way too long. They're super hard. It's not rewarding enough. Like I said, if you've ever played The Answer, where you're just going through over and over again with no social links... One of the things that I love about Persona 3 and 4 is kind of that dichotomy of having the social sim in the daytime, and if you ever get sick of that, there's dungeon crawling.
Yeah.
And one benefits the other.
Yeah, no, it's so true. It's so true. That's what I think really differentiates it, because, like, that's a whole... I mean, I guess if you wanted to, like, you can kind of decide, because you have your time, you can either, if you want to go full-blown old school RPG, you can just grind and neglect your social links if you want to, but you won't get the best personas and you won't get the best things and bonuses and so on and so forth, and your characters won't be the best, like, strongest either. But if you want to, you could do the bare minimum. Whereas, like, if you want the more social side of it, then you can max all your social links and you can choose to put it on an easy difficulty and grind as little as possible. I like to think I got a good balance, and when I was playing, probably better balanced at 4 more so than 3, because 3 was my first time, so I was just like getting the dungeons, like learning just the abilities of the personas and stuff, and just learning which ones were good and worked with who, like, who would, like, what good combinations there were, was hard enough. I was just like, God, I don't know this shit. I mean, I kept on to
3 wasn't as forgiving, like, right off the bat.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Yeah,
you need a lot more management if you wanted to get the end of year. Here's the best Persona.
Yeah, I think I kept on to Orpheus. I kept hold of him for so long because I was like, you can't get rid of this one. This one was in the cutscene at the beginning. I can't get rid of it. And then realised that you can. So straight away when it was like in 4, when I had Songetsu, I was like, okay, he's not learning anything else. Bye.
Yeah. And I kind of do the same thing of just holding on to the guys I like long after they're even worth keeping.
Yeah, like I had, is it Rakasha or Rakshaka or something? The dude with 2 swords who looks awesome. You get around level 10 to 20. Fucking love that guy.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, my end team usually has Beelzebub in it because he's a big fly.
Yeah.
Like, I love the SMT monster designs.
Yeah.
And especially, I would, if you want to play another game for 3DS, try out Shin Megami Tensei 4. That's a really good game, and it kind of gives you a taste for what Persona came from.
Yeah. I've heard really
while
good
also
things
being
about it.
pretty dark.
Yeah.
Do you have a wish list for number 5?
A wish list for number 5. I want the gameplay mechanics to at least be as good as Golden. To be honest, I'd be quite happy if they didn't change a thing in terms of the mechanic wise, because I like how the system works. If it had to, I know this is like, some people like this, but if I would prefer that the game over would be if all your party's dead, not just you, the main character.
Yeah.
That's one that really drives me crazy because you can get one-shotted by an insta-death thing or an insta-KO thing, and it just, you could be whooping the boss and you've got it all in hand. But yeah, just a lucky shot and then you're out. Like, you're out of it. Like,
well, heck, especially in the early game where you don't have any counter against that.
Yeah, or even if
there's no protection.
Yeah, because you can't even protect against an element. So if you're downed and you only have 3 members of the party or 2 members of the party or something, then you're pretty screwed. And that's kind of especially early on in the game, it's really unforgiving in that term. So I kind of wish that they'd change it to party KO as opposed to just you. Just the main character.
Yeah. Or at least start you out with a few more of those. Was it Plume of Dusk?
Make them
okay, shake it off this time.
Yeah, make it a thingy. Because it's... Yeah, I didn't like that part. That kind of drives me crazy when I'm playing it. What else? The only things I can really think of are quite superficial things. I'd like the option of changing everyone's weapons. Sort of like how you had it free, where you could change what they had.
Yeah.
I just kind of like that variance, and maybe even change their personas. I mean, I don't know.
You could in 1 and 2, and that's kind of why it was weird that you couldn't do it in 3 and 4.
Yeah, I'd like to, but then I kind of like that you have a persona that mirrors their personality.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I'm trying to think of what else. I guess.
Early on, before they kind of announced everything, I was really hoping for a create a character.
Yeah,
because you don't see the main character or hear them talk much in cutscenes. And when they had Catherine come out, which was the other Atlas game done by the Persona team, the in-game CGI was just about anime enough that they didn't need cutscenes.
Yeah.
So I was hoping for some kind of a quiz at the very beginning, where instead of being a stupid, clumsy coward that gradually turns into a perfect Ubermensch over the course of a year, you would have starting stats and, a different starting persona depending.
That would be pretty cool. I'd like to see it, definitely.
We're too far in, and you already got Arsène Lupin.
Yeah.
Who looks super cool.
You got Arsène. I like that his name is the same as the Arsenal football manager. I'm an Arsenal fan, so I'm like, oh, I got Wenger. Wenger's in there. But yeah, no, I kind of, because I don't know too much about the plot so far for 5. I know it's
I don't think anyone does. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've looked, but it's just, you are slave, want emancipation?
I know that they talk about they're like thieves, aren't they? So they dress up so maybe the midnight hour or the dark hour, as it were, would be some kind of like something to do with thieves and robbing something. So you got to steal something, I imagine.
So instead of Tartarus or the TV world, I guess you're going into the palace, which is kind of like the collective subconscious, and you're going into people's hearts and stealing like bad desires from them to turn people good. I don't know. There's cool. Occasional interviews out there that I haven't read them all, but oh man, I'm looking forward to this game.
Yeah, there's a definite like criminal sort of midnight heist kind of theme in the things, because I see a lot, as well as a few things of where you see the main character, a few images floating around the internet of him in like jail sort of prison attire, like as in the old striped kind of, you know, sort of cartoony kind of jail style. Really, really cool. I can't wait. I know that the dungeons, they've said some parts of the dungeons will be procedurally generated.
Mm-hmm. Which is what they've always done, so that's cool.
Yeah. I'm hoping for more than 4 characters as well.
Yes. Yes.
That's something. Because I'm kind of not worried, but I like the variety in characters, and they've only shown off 3 characters and then the cat mascot at first. But
at the same time, I really like the just base designs.
Yes.
Because here's the starting guy, starting girl archetype. It's, here's short-haired guy who's probably the goofball comic relief. He's your Junpei, Yosuke, etc. He looks really cool, and he's got a cool mask. Here's girl, and she looks pretty good. And here's pretty guy. He's mysterious and cool. If that's what you're into, go for it.
Can I say, yeah, because the thing with the main guy, I don't like that he's wearing glasses. I know that sounds weird, but I don't like when a main protagonist has glasses.
You know what? As someone who wears glasses, I like that.
I think it's because
but at the same time, the entire cast of Persona 4 wore glasses at some point.
I don't know why. I didn't.
Maybe, we've gotten our quota.
I don't know why. I'm just like, he's wearing glasses, and I don't know why it sticks out to me. It's a weird thing.
Or is that just a Clark Kent disguise?
Maybe. Well, he doesn't. I was going to say, there's a lot of thingies where you don't have. There's a lot of images where he doesn't have them on. So I don't know. Who knows? No one ever needs glasses in anime anyway.
I'm looking through, because at some point I found they released a track from the new game that was a Christmas carol. And so I thought that would be thematically appropriate, and not even copyrighted yet, because it's not done. So if I can find you that would be good.
Yes.
Because it's got that same kind of dark jazz. I really like the composer, Shoji Meguro.
Yeah.
Good songs. Yes.
Yeah, we haven't even spoke about the soundtrack of Persona games. I
started playing Persona 3 in college, and I know I got to the point where I would annoy everyone on the floor with the baby, 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 baby of mass destruction.
Yeah.
And everyone would kind of wander in and say, hey man, you want to go to dinner? Are those guys shooting themselves in the head? And I'd go, yeah, this is my fun Japanese game. And they'd go, okay man, you do your thing.
Do you know what? That was the weirdest thing to explain, because when I played Persona 3, it was back when I lived with my parents. So like watching that opening cutscene of when Yukari has a gun to her head, it's like, oh okay. I can see why there was issues, like, you know, because you're just so used to it. It's like, oh yeah, cool. But no, I liked how I love Persona 3's soundtrack of just how it was, because it was like rock and rap, kind of like rap infused.
Yeah, with like, because there's that weird jazz rock, like R&B.
Yeah.
4 was more like J-pop, but also folk music.
Yeah, I did love. There was 2 tracks that I loved in Persona 4. Like the going into the TV, going into the shadow world. I can't remember how I'm like dun 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 dun. That
remix of that with Lotus Juice, who is the guy who raps.
Oh no way! You need to show me that, because that
Backside of the TV.
I was like, Backside of the TV, that's what it's called.
I got the special edition of Dancing All Night just because it came with the soundtrack, and honestly, I've gotten more use out of that than anything.
Oh, God, yeah. I absolutely love that.
So, yeah.
Backside of the TV.
Feel free to take 5 minutes and just listen to that.
Backside of the TV was probably my favourite. Oh, my God. Dun, 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 dun. I'm going to have to download that and listen to it. I'm going to have to get that somewhere. That's so awesome. But yeah, Backside of the TV was my favourite. Because it proper like hyped up. Because whoever gets taken into the TV and it's like, we're going to do this.
Let me mute that. Yeah.
Just everything. Persona 3 as well. Like I really liked 3. I just love both soundtracks. A really strong sound as well. Even just walking around the mall and you have like those silly, stupid songs that go on. Because it's kind of in broken English, most of them. So like you kind of sort of know the words, but you don't.
Yes. And I'm going to reveal myself as an even bigger nerd. But like the ending themes as the credit rolls for both those games.
Yeah.
Like 3 especially was supposed to be sung by the voice actress of Igus. And it's her kind of talking about how she's going to go on with life regardless of how things went.
Yeah.
And it's got some meaning to it that is removed because they didn't translate it or sub that. So somebody went and made an English version, and it's really good. And then they did the same thing for 4, and it's also pretty good.
Yeah, I didn't
And
realize.
if you ever want to talk about Persona, I've been so lonely with this for so long, I can't con any of my other friends into doing it. I've already told Korn I'm buying him the game when he gets a system that'll play one. Went to the girlfriend, but she's got friggin' vet school, and let me tell you, that drains a lot of free time.
Yeah. Get them caught up on the animation, because that'll be a bit shorter than playing the game.
That's true. I should have started with that.
I could try and get my girlfriend into it because, like, even though it's on the Vita, games, I ended up playing Danganronpa in front of her, and then like she was just so engrossed by the trials of Danganronpa that we played through that game by me playing it on the Vita. So it could work, I guess.
Yeah,
especially.
I don't know. I'd love to play Danganronpa.
They're really a lot better than I thought they were going to be. The only disappointing thing is that I thought they were going to be multiple choice, and it's not. It's just one story, so there's not really a replayability. But these stories are awesome. Like the actual, the trials and stuff is really, really good. So I can't recommend them highly enough. The Danganronpa.
And the new one is coming out, so
there is. In fact, there's the Danganronpa animations out now, and I think there's even the American DVDs out in the UK.
Yeah,
it's dubbed. I don't know if it's any good in the dub, but I know it's subbed as well. So who knows? I
mean, I'm always looking for a new anime to watch on the treadmill.
Yeah.
And now that One Punch Man has ended, and Iron Blooded Orphans is going on close, and JoJo's not out yet.
Yeah. Do you know what? It's 13 episodes. Might be worth digging into and having a look at.
Sure.
As far as I'm aware, it's pretty faithful to the to the game, so that's cool. But yeah, they're really good. That should be something with Persona 5 permadeaths. Let's get some deaths in there.
Oof. Well, I don't know, man. Again, if we've only got the 4 characters right now.
I was going to say, how big do you think the roster will be in the end? Do you think they're just?
I would say there's got to be at least 2 more.
Yeah, I'd say there's got to be an 8. There's got to be a full 8 characters.
Because I was looking back at all the promo material for 3 and 4, and those, for the most part, they left out Kanji and Naoto for 4.
Yeah.
3 had Shinji and Kin and Koromaru, and there's got to be more, right?
Yeah, I assume the cat thing is going to be the overseer, as it were, like Fuka and Teddy Rise role, like where they just sort of give you the tactical analysis, like they sit back and tell you what's what. So I assume that's what Cat's going to do. So, which leaves you with a party of 3 rather than 4. And I'd assume they would give you a party of 4. So there's got to be at least, I'd say, another 3 playable characters. I would hope.
I hope they do the same like swap where 3 and 4 did, where your mission control kind of turns into a party member and gets replaced by an even better announcer.
Yeah. That would be cool. I'd really like that to happen, actually, yeah. I just want to see... I just can't wait for that game. I just really want it to come out. I'm trying to think of like any predictions we could make for it. I'd like to get some predictions, but we know so little about it that can't really make any predictions whatsoever.
Yeah. Like, I hope they bring back social links. They're doing the calendar.
They've got to. Yeah, I was going to say, hopefully, day by day. I kind of wish that they would split it in the... sort of how they did with... I think I preferred it how it was with What's It and Free, where you had to go out at night as opposed to the day. Like, if you were going to go to the midnight hour. But, like, if you wanted to go into the TV world, you had to go out in the day.
Yeah, you had to burn an afternoon that you could have been spending with, I don't know, the old lady.
Yeah, that was the thing. I think I preferred it at night. And obviously, if this is, like, burglary themed, like thief themed, and all the artwork seems to be then creeping around at night. So hopefully it'll be that, where you get the social links in the day, and then your actual grinding RPG fight scenes and stuff in the evenings.
Alright, you're tired. Go to bed.
I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed. Well, this was Christmas. This is the Personacast. It's two people talking about Personacast. We're just 2 days away. I guess we've only got one more of these things, and then we're out. We're done. All I want for Christmas is Persona 5. But that'll be next Christmas, I guess.
Coming winter 2015. Coming October 2013. Originally announced 2010.
I didn't even... Really? 2010?
Well, they said they were in development. I think that turned into Catherine.
Yeah.
But,
it's bad.
Oof.
Oh.
Yeah, again, send me your address of home, and I will send you the Persona 4 art book.
Oh, God. Yes, I will do that now. I won't say... I'll say it on air. It is... Yeah, no, we'll definitely do that. We'll definitely sort that. Yeah, well, thanks for listening, guys. Go and play Persona. I'm assuming you probably have played it, unless you didn't give a shit about spoilers or something.
No, go do it anyways. I'm desperate for people to talk to Persona about.
Just play it again. Just play it again. Just play it. We haven't given that much away, so don't worry. So goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.